Hi friends, in our time together today, I'm sharing and comparing the Shush Classic and the Shush Pro. A number of folks in our community have asked that I make this video for us, and I'm really excited to do it now. You see, I've owned the Shush Pro for a while, but I only recently received the Shush Classic, and I've gotten used to the Classic now, so I can compare the two. These two whistles, they're high D whistles, and they fit a need in the market. And that is, I want to sit around the house and I want to be able to play, and I don't want, like if I'm playing a high D, I don't want it to be so loud because I'm inside. I don't want to bother other people in the house. I don't want to bother my pets. I don't want to bother myself. I'm in my study. My study's not huge. It's not like a teeny room, but I don't really always enjoy playing a lot of high D whistles in my study for a longer period of time because they're quite loud. And so all those needs, the Shush Classic and Shush Pro meet those. Now, the folks at Shush started out with just the D whistles, and they're expanding their offerings, and so I'll put a link to the Shush website in the notes to this video. You can also pick up Shush whistles from bigwhistle.com, and so I'll stick a link to their site as well. Shush whistles. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway, so as I want to do, and as I want to share with you, I think these are important for us to understand and know about. See, I love playing my low D whistles. I love playing high D whistles. But I also really like to be able to play something, a high D whistle, a little longer without having to go outside or into a large space. And the Shush does that for me. I still want good tone quality, and the Shush does that for me. And so it's really a good thing for us to have these two options. So I'm going to play them in a couple of different settings, not places, but a scale, a slow tune, and a faster tune. And I'm going to talk about some of the sound differences that you find. First thing I want to do, though, is play a scale. The Shush Classic. Same thing on the Shush Pro. All right, both really nice tone quality. You get into some of those middle notes, and you can really sing very well. And I think you heard that these are a lot quieter than most any other whistle. And if you want to read about like the decibel levels and stuff, the Shush website has all that geeky things. But you could tell they're more quiet whistles. Now, one of the things that it's important to understand is, how can I push them? Let me think about the bottom notes on the Shush Classic. If I push my air pressure more, it's up around the F sharp. I can push it a little bit without breaking into if I push it much on the D and the E, I start breaking into overtones. Above that, you could start pushing it more. And, you know, don't think that's unusual to these whistles. That's pretty common on most every whistle you own. There are some less expensive ones that achieve that. There are some expensive ones that achieve that, but there are no quiet ones. And the Shush Pro, though, comes a little closer. See, I'm able to vary my volume a little bit, and that's pretty impressive on a whistle that's designed to play quietly without breaking into overtones. I pushed it a lot faster there. See the F sharp? I can really start varying my volume. And then I get into the upper octaves. You can really have a note sing very nicely. I'll play second octave D, E, and then F sharp. Excuse me. It is heavy allergy season here in upper Northeast Tennessee. Same in the Shush Pro. Lovely tone on both whistles. I want to share just a little bit from the Shush website. They say that these two whistles, that the Shush line is modeled after, not tweaked versions, but modeled after the traditional Fayadog whistles. The website says that the Shush Pro is pure, richer, more full-bodied in sound than the Shush Classic, while removing some of the unwanted overtones. I think you've already heard that. So these, well, like I said, I've only recently received the Shush Classic. The Shush Pro has been my go-to when I'm not playing a low D. This has been my go-to sit around and learn a tune, or practice and mess around while sitting somewhere in the house, because it's just not so noisy. I mean noisy in a bad, loud, lower volume. Noisy is the wrong word. I'm sorry about that. Thinking about breath pressure. These are not just easy blowers, but it's a light breath pressure. Think about it that way. There's still some back pressure going on here that enables you to create that variation of tone, and that's impressive. And yet you're required to use less volume of air. So think about all the things you normally do on a whistle that you have to learn how to play with breath pressure, but dialing back the pressure. Just a lower range of pressure. If I'm thinking about this as I'm playing, probably should hit the C natural there because I started on a G. Can almost feel some of that breath pressure moving around in there. I almost feel like, I don't know if I'm right or not, I almost feel like the Classic has a hair more breath pressure going on than the Pro, but they're able to both play very responsively. They're not the easiest of blowers. That doesn't mean they're difficult and you're going to have a hard time. You're able to freely and easily play at the top of the whistle. So that's quite a delight. So both play really well. And the other nice thing about it is they're not air hogs, which is really good. So you're gonna be able to play these easily without gasping for air for it. Now, one of the things I want to do is just, it's important to compare tone of both of these. And so I want to play through If I Was a Blackbird once on the Shush Classic. Okay. Now you heard a few overtones breaking in on me there. And some of that's me because I've been picking up the Pro and picking up the Classic. And some of that's the whistle because it has more of a tendency there. But I also know that some folks want that. So that tone is there on the Shush Pro. Now, some of those overtones come through on the Pro as well. If you're after that tone quality, it's nice. But I really enjoy playing these. Like I said, the Shush Pro's been my go-to, and I imagine the Classic's going to come right along with it. And I'm out in the living room, sitting on the couch, playing through, learning a bunch of tunes. This is what I use. Doesn't mean it's what you're going to use, but it's what I use. Well, I want to play through one other tune to give you a sense of just some more of the feel of the tone and responsiveness of both of these nice whistles. I'm going to play through As I Went Out Upon the Ice. It's a fun polka. I'm going to ignore the repeats in the interest of time. Shush Classic first. All right, Shush Classic. Same thing, Shush Pro. All right, just a little quick run through of part of that polka for us. It's a lot of fun. See, both whistles respond really well. I think the thing you need to learn with both of these whistles is not to push it too hard. I find myself, because I was playing some other whistles earlier today, and so I find myself wanting to lean into these too much. You have to learn, like any whistle, you've got to learn how to play it. You can't jump in and blow it like you would a lot of the whistles you need to learn to blow, because then you're going to get a lot of squeaking. So you have to learn the gentle breath pressure with which these both need to be played. Again, I'll stick links to where you could see these. You could buy them if you want. I think they're lovely whistles. I think they serve their purpose really, really well. They play easily, they play freely, they play beautifully. Now, I know this is not the whistle for everyone. There is no such thing as the one whistle for everyone. We all have different desires in tone, volume, playability, the kind of tunes we play, and all that stuff. But if you're looking for a whistle that has good tone, that its volume is not all that loud, that leans more traditional and is softer in volume, the Classic. If you want one that can be played a little louder and is a little brighter and fuller, richer in tone, then you want the Pro. And they're inexpensive enough, to be honest, that you could buy one to try it. Though I always say buy things within your budget. So I don't know. You should decide properly before you spend money. My friends, I hope this video has been helpful for you, because like I said, a number of our friends have been asking for us to dive in to a comparison between the Shush Classic and the Shush Pro. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, my friends.